What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a freelance artist journey. Hi, guys. In this episode, I want to share how to make some quick cash as an artist. And I know that sounds kind of gimmicky, but I shared in a previous video kind of a generalized idea of how I go about finding clients and finding work. And, just in talking with some people, I've seen the interest to go a little bit deeper and to go in more detail on, how I find work specifically. And so I thought I'd do a video that, just got more into the nitty gritty of it. So before I even get started, I'm going to assume that you have three basic things in place first. If you don't, do these, then come back and go through the steps that I'm going to share. But number one, you've got to have a portfolio or some type of site that you can send people to so that they can view your work. Whether that be Instagram or an actual site, or say an ArtStation account, something like that. So you've got to have that. You also want to have a way to accept payments like PayPal. That's a given. And then thirdly, you want to have some type of art agreement in place, some type of document or something that you and the client can agree upon. This is better known as a contract, but sometimes the word contract scares people, so we'll just call it an art agreement document. And I have templates for that. If you are interested, leave a message or leave a comment below, and I'll figure out a way to get that to you so at least you have something to start with. But yeah, so those three things, you kind of need to have those in place. And then the fourth thing, which is optional, is to have an active account on a site like Reddit or some type of forum style site where people gather, because the whole idea behind finding work is going to where the masses are to find people that need your services. So, have a site, when I say an active account, don't just go there and then ask for the sale, and go right into it. Answer questions, contribute to conversations before you go in for the kiss, if you know what I mean. And Reddit is one of those sites where they see through someone who has an ulterior motive. It's not really a kind place to the salesy type of person that's just looking to get something. Reddit is a very reciprocal type community where, it's a give and get. You've got to give first, and they even have a what's called a karma system. So, the amount of time and effort and comments you put in towards others is what you kind of get back when it comes your turn to, ask for something. So keep that in mind. But a lot of these sites, especially the tight-knit forum communities, they're really protective like that. So you want to get in first and contribute. So with that being said, one of the first things that you want to think about is who needs work and what type of work do they need? What type of art are they looking for? And so let's kind of make a mental list of some of the people and their art needs. What would that be? Well, and I'm kind of reading from a list here. So say somebody has just moved into an apartment or they bought a new home and they want some art to hang on their walls. Now, that's a pretty obvious one, right? Another one would be gifts. And there's a lot of needs for, somebody might want a portrait of their dog, or a family portrait. I've done a number of family portraits. So that's another place or a reason to commission some artwork. Another idea is, say, if somebody wants a tattoo designed before they go into the parlor, they want to have this image worked out already on paper. You can help refine a design for a customer. That's another method. And here's one that I found that I kind of stumbled upon by accident. But being a member on Reddit and going through the subreddits, I found someone who was requesting that their Dungeons and Dragons character be illustrated. And so, I have a limited knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons, but I didn't realize that the D&D community was so large and that they frequently want their characters illustrated for the purposes of the game, or a lot of times the dungeon master would like to have a portrait of the characters within that campaign, like a group picture done, and kind of given out as a gift at the end of a campaign. And that's a frequent request that's made. So this particular person that I came across, they were looking for someone to illustrate their tiefling. And now I know if you're not a D&D aficionado, then you're probably wondering the way I did, what is a tiefling? I had to go and Google it. And so a tiefling is a race of people that's kind of like a demon race. They kind of have horns, and sometimes they have cloven hoofed feet. So yeah, sometimes they're green, sometimes they're purple, different colors. But so anyway, this is a race of people within the D&D universe. And so once I looked up what the character was, then I approached this person on Reddit. I, sent a simple comment to the request, and I said, "Hey, I'm a freelance illustrator. I saw your post. I may be able to help you. Take a look at my work and let me know what you think." And I posted a link to my portfolio site. And so this person got back to me. They liked what they saw. And so we began to talk in a direct message about the terms, what they wanted, the delivery time, and that type of thing, the size, shape, all of these different details. So we came to the agreement. I asked for a deposit up front, which I highly recommend that you do. And I gave them my PayPal credentials, so that they could send the money. They sent the money. They also signed the agreement that I sent over, and we were off and running. And so after some back and forth, I think within 3 or 4 days, I had a finished illustration to them, and I got the payment. And so this was my first official transaction done through Reddit. And I was like, wow, this is cool. This works. And so this is something that you can do. And now, one thing that I didn't start off doing, but I recommend it now is, at the end of a transaction, before you send them the finished art, send them a watermarked version or a low res version. And then once they send you the final payment, then you send them the fully rendered image. I didn't do that on that first one, but the first few clients that I had, they were on the up and up. They were honest, and they just wanted their work done for a fair price. And so everything was cool. It doesn't always work out that way. So be careful and send a watermarked image for approval, and then, ask for a payment. send them an email that kind of serves as a invoice, you know, with your name on it, the amount that the agreement was for, and then the balance due. And that will serve as your invoice. And you just tell them, yeah, as soon as I get receive final payment, then I'll send you the fully rendered unwatermarked version or a high res version. And they should be fine with that. Everybody understands that business is business. And if they don't, then, this is not someone that you really want to bother with. So that's the basic rundown of how I conduct business on Reddit. And, as I said before, you want to contribute to the Reddit communities first before you go in looking for the sale. A simple, hey, I'd love to help with that. Not, hey, these are my prices, check me out, blah, blah, blah. Be more friendly, be more, think soft sale, not hard sale. We're not used car salesmen. A lot of times I get into conversations with clients or potential clients, and it's just a kind of very casual conversation about the subject matter before I even talk about price. And, people respond to that. They appreciate that you're not just about the money. And of course, business is business. Once we get to that stage, then yeah, you conduct yourself as such. And, these are my prices. I expect 50% up front, no exceptions, you know, and people respect that. And they see that you're about business, and they will conduct themselves in a similar manner. Hopefully this kind of sheds some more light on how to conduct business. Thanks for stopping by. Respond in the comments below. Let me know what you think. If there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, I'm open to it. And also, yeah, check the description below. I'll have some links there to some useful information and things that, can be of service to you. So again, thanks, and we'll talk to you in the next episode.